Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone watching from home. We are here with the first matchup of the US World Cup 2023 finals. And it is a storied match with some history behind it. Canada versus Germany. This is a match that has happened many times in the past, almost always in the favor of Germany, but Canada breaking that loss streak this year in the round of 16 winners bracket, knocking Germany to the losers bracket for the first time since these two teams have been facing off against each other nearly perennially in the US World Cup. I'm Dio. I am here with the one, the only, the legendary Azer for a Canada cast here in the finals weekend.
I see your little name drop. That was nice. Well, yeah, I mean, this is a little bit of a storied matchup, as you said. One that I've personally experienced when I was still playing as well. Germany just, until this year, just always tends to have Canada's number, right? They always meet very late in the pools, usually in finals. I believe it's the third time, or the fourth time now that they meet in finals. The fourth time that we see this matchup in finals. And, yeah, I mean, Canada did win earlier this year, but we kind of all know the story for both of these teams here, right? Like, nothing's really changed here. We know that Canada is extremely strong in early stages. You know, they're really good at utilizing how consistent, players like Zooty can be on free mods and stuff like that, over modding. And we all know Germany has like one of the skill cap team, especially when it comes to speed and mechanics, right? So, and one thing that's going to matter a lot in this pool is, since it's going to be the first time we're going to be seeing it on stream, this is a very hard pool, guys.
Yeah.
This pool is a very, very, very significant step up in difficulty as compared to what we're used to in the past.
Is this harder than Grand Finals last year? Because I feel like it might be. I feel like it might be harder than Grand Finals last year already.
It might be. So it's just something to pay attention to for the rest of not just this match, but it's going to matter for all of the other matches and finals as well, which we can briefly talk about as well, just in case people aren't aware, because this is maybe the most crazy bracket we've ever had, right? So we have South Korea and Australia on the winners bracket, right? So both of these teams are guaranteed top 3. And then in the losers bracket, only one of Canada, Germany, Philippines, and the USA will actually advance. How crazy is that?
Yeah, it's a wild bracket. USA in the losers bracket, out of quarterfinals winner bracket for the first time since 2013 this year. And the losers bracket, I think, has been a massive shakeup as a result, partially of Canada's drop to seed 11 due to having multiple players out of town during the weekend of qualifiers, so not being able to play with their roster at full strength. And effectively de-seeding into seed 11 here, I think really messed with the bracket, including Canada themselves knocking both Germany and the United States into losers bracket in back-to-back weekends previously. So this is a revenge match for Germany this year. By the way, we are aware of some of the problems with the bracket display right now. This match is not best of 9, as the overlay would have you believe. It is, in fact, best of 13. And DT3 and DT4 are not, in fact, the same map. DT4 is actually switched on Lotus, mapped by Star Rod Kirby, the Kirby Mix Deluxe difficulty. So a couple of things to keep in mind when we are looking at the overlay right now. For now, we're going to try and get those fixed throughout the broadcast. Please bear with us, as we had some technical difficulties outside of stream, making sure that everything was set up for this weekend. No mod 1, no free mod 3 bans for Canada into Germany, I think actually make a lot of pretty good sense, and hidden 3, no mod 4 bans for Germany into Canada, in my eyes, are actually pretty interesting. You talked about Germany as this kind of monolithic speed roster, and usually Germany is a very, very good speed team. I think the hidden 3 ban makes a lot of sense. But honestly, after last weekend's speed performance from Canada, I half expected Germany to ban speed against this roster. Like, 3-way Skin Thief full combo, 2-way FC on Far East Sniper DT.
Waves,
like, teams need to be on the lookout for Canada's speed. No, like this is a team that can really, really pop off when it matters on those speed maps. And the only reason they lost those two picks is because they were against Australia, who are far and away the best speed team left in the tournament.
Yeah, and I'm actually kind of surprised to see Canada's bans here. I mean, Noble Horizonte kind of makes sense, but the No Mod 1, right? Canada, you have CutPaper, you have Yip that are able to play these pretty well. Maybe Zooty as well. Maybe they don't really feel comfortable as a four-way on this, but then again, I don't know many countries who would be, right? Like that is such an uncommon no mod to have, this No Mod 1 here, which if you weren't paying attention, this is like a AR8 control map, right? Like it's not
it's not aim consistency.
So that is a bit of a weird one for sure, yeah. And we are going to be opening up with DT3. Okay, so that is the Germany that we are familiar with.
Yeah. And again, that is unfortunate double DT3 on the pool right now. Again, DT4 is switched on Lotus, so maybe we'll see that at some point. For now, we're getting the first of many custom maps in this pool. It's Watashi no Kimochi by Marina Inoue, mapped by Keyboard Smash, also known as Nissan. I don't remember if this one's a collab.
Yeah, it's
remind me about that a little bit. Yeah,
it's a collab with Allied. That's why the diff name is just a extra keyboard smashy. But yeah, this one is going to be pretty conventional, you know. Most people should know the song as well. You know, it's kind of a Nissan classic at this point to just run a really old Osu song that everyone is familiar with and then just give it a little bit of new life. So roster-wise, though, on a map like this, what do you think?
I mean, for Germany, I'm looking at just the pure speed roster, right? Okinamo, Yary, aimbotcone, those types of players to go in for this. Potentially ZeitFrost as well. Had the full combo on DT2 last weekend for Germany. I do think you could potentially see either Criller or Whitecat as players on this as well, but they tend to stay out for the speed picks. And in fact, neither of them playing the DT2 last weekend when Germany did play one speed map in the semifinals. So I think as the scaling gets harder and harder, these extra players that you see for Germany, Okinamo, Tim Kackner, Yary, aimbotcone, ZeitFrost, like the depth of roster on speed for this team is very, very high. And if anything, I see Criller in the lobby specifically because this is AR8 DT, and I think a lot of those other players for Germany are far better on the higher approach rate speed. And for Canada, this roster is just stock standard for speed for this team, right? Like, I don't think there's much wiggle room on this for this team. Zylice, Kurtis, Stoof, and rayuii are all fantastic speed players.
Yeah, for sure. If they have a main four for speed, it's going to be that one. But we have seen a little bit of other people come in as well. You know, if it's not too fast, Zooty's able to play it, and obviously Vespirit can as well. So I think both of these teams here are having a little bit of roster depth when it comes to adapting to these different kinds of speed picks, right? So, you know, AREDT being another Nissan DT special here. So it does look like Criller did swap out for Tim Kackner. So he's not going to be playing, actually.
First map of the first match of the finals weekend, Germany versus Canada. Germany has won 3 times of the last 4 they have played, but Canada has won in this tournament already. Can they continue that winning streak in this tournament? Or is the final scaling from Germany finally going to be enough to bring Canada down here in top 6? Loser of this match exits the tournament top 6. Winner is guaranteed at least top 4, but has to face the winner of United States versus Philippines. As we get into this match, early misses from Germany all over the place. Zylice and Kurtis going to trade it out with Yary, Tim Kackner, and aimbotcone. aimbotcone also missing right at the start of the map, so it's Stoof and rayuii holding the full combo next to Okinamo for Germany. And good for Canada at the start here. This is the first pick for Germany. We're only a quarter of the way in, though, so it's quite a lot of map left.
I think those were all aim misses, too. I think this is just right at the start here. They need a little bit of warm-up from sitting in the lobby for 5 minutes. I'm going to blame it on that. I would expect everyone here to recover at least a little bit. But, like we said, this pool, it's really hard. It's really hard. we're expecting a lot less FCs than maybe you'd be used to, right? So if a single one on any of these maps is going to be super influential.
Right now, a couple of players having a little bit of trouble with the first Ki time halfway through. Kurtis, Ryuke, Yary, and Tim Kakner all dropping during that Ki time. It's 1-1 on the full combos now. Stoof versus Okinamo. Okinamo with a near 2% act lead over the Canadian full combo here. A little bit of supporting combo for both teams on Zylice and aimbotcone. It is basically neck and neck right now. There goes Zylice on the supporting combo for Canada, though. It's aimbotcone to hold for Germany. Tim Kakner is going to trade it out with Ryuke and Zylice, but that's good for Germany. Their supporting combo is still going. But there goes Okinamo. Stoof traded it as well. And now it's all aimbotcone with the only combo left in the lobby at this point. Germany looking to pull ahead. 170k and climbing score lead all off the back of this big combo from aimbotcone.
Yeah, just the fact that Okinamo was able to hold for that a little bit longer as well. It didn't look so good for Germany at the start here, but they managed to recover really well. And as Canada just continues to collapse, aimbotcone is shown up.
Yeah, really good stuff from both Okinamo and aimbotcone, as you said. And the accuracy from Okinamo as well. I mean, Stoof was on the full combo until nearly the same point, but has dropped now to about 94%, 570k. Okinamo keeping that high 98 accuracy into the ending. Only 19 100s dropped. That is best ack in the lobby and S rank for near 800k on Okinamo. Aimbotcone as well, 770k almost. With near 98 ack. So both of the best accuracy runs in the lobby on the side of Germany. I think really paying off there on a map where it is so easy to drop that ack if you misaim the start of a burst or drop a little bit of stamina near the end.
That is definitely the type of score that you'd expect Okinamo to pull up with, right? Like, we've just seen this year after year. Once we get to the late stages, the speed maps just are not a problem for this guy. A little bit of an unfortunate miss. Could have been a full combo, but didn't even matter. So Germany taking their first point here, despite it being a little bit rocky for a while. And now we're not too sure, we weren't sure what the plan is for both of these teams was going into this, right? You said following Canada's speed performance before, weren't sure if either team was going to pick speed. So we know that Germany will, and probably will keep going, depending on, based on how that went. What is Canada going for here? Like, are they going to try to play around hidden? Because usually that's what they like to do, right? They're going to go for the hiddens, unleash Zooty, go for the free mods, maybe Hell or something. What's in store?
I mean, I think the free mods of this pool are a little tricky for Canada because Germany is a very, very good aim team, right? Like the aim mechanics on players like Criller and Whitecat cannot be underestimated. So stuff like Hell and Glensista, I think, are a little tougher than picks like the Hidden One into Senbu, or even Mayday for a lot of the low approach rate reading players on the side of Canada who are very, very good at both of those skills. And yeah, we just see them go into the Hidden One. This is, I think, a very, very good pick for Canada. Awkward aim focused with a couple of bursts and streams here and there, but really the main focus in this map is super, super wide angle jumps.
Yeah. Honestly, if there's one pick in this entire pool that I would say is Canada favored with confidence, it's probably this one. I'm not too sure about any of the other ones because Germany is quite good. But I mean, this type of map is just what Canada's kind of known for. So
yeah, we didn't have a similar Hidden One last weekend. So there's not a lot to compare there, but you did have the free mod one awkward aim pick, and these two teams were pretty much evenly matched on that last weekend. It was about a 60k score difference in favor of Germany. I think you're still going to see a lot of similar players come in for Canada on this one. We have Zylice, xootynator, now known as His Kitten, Yip, and Ryuke coming in for this one on Canada, or rayuii. And as for Germany, I think you're obviously going to see Criller Whitecat come in for this one. These are the aim players of all time for Germany, alongside some of their more comfortable members on the higher density hidden. This is AR 9.5, but it is 220 BPM, so the density is somewhat of a factor for newer players.
I'm wondering if we see Shiox come in. Shiox has kind of been their pocket like reading guy. Not that this is really a reading map, but I think that's like exclusively what they've been playing so far in this team, right? But it looks like it's going to be Whitecat coming in. I mean, Whitecat, Criller, Okinamo, kind of the lineup of all time, right? So I don't know if we'll really be seeing them swap out for other people. I think that's There's very little that like all three of these people are not playing, especially when the pool gets this hard, right? Like you need all your skill set players to come in, and there they are, right? So Yary going to be coming in for the last spot here. So we'll see if Canada can take back their point on their first pick here.
And fun fact about that Criller, Whitecat, Okinamo trio. Criller, Whitecat played 10 maps together in Germany's last match, and Okinamo played 9 maps in total. 8 of those were alongside both Criller and Whitecat. So this is really kind of the trio of all time for Germany, who are just in on nearly everything as we get into the start of this match. A couple of early misses traded between Yip and Whitecat right now. But nothing to write home about. Very, very early combo drops here at the start of the map.
Man, having a core like that is always so nice, though, if you're one of the supporting players, because you don't really need to fill for anything, right? So if you're more of a specialist player, you know you can only come in for the stuff that you really should be in for, and you don't have to go in on like the, maybe I could do this, yeah. So pretty nice, roster construction to have for Germany here. When you have a core like that, it's really scary to go against as well, because it's very hard to plan against that when your 3 players are going to be able to play everything just about as good. But first miss here from Whitecat and Yary.
Yeah, Yip is going to trade once again. Those were the 2 players who broke right at the start in Yip and Whitecat, but extra miss coming through for Yary on the side of Germany. Does give Canada a little bit of a leg up. Again, we're only about a quarter or a third of the way into the map, so this is by no means decisive, but another miss from Whitecat is going to help out Canada that much more. Just a little bit of that extra combo. Criller and Okinamo holding onto the FCs for Germany. Zylice, xootynator, and rayuii holding on to the FCs for Canada. None of the really, really challenging patterns have hit yet, though.
Yeah, here they are, though.
Here they come.
Okay. See Okinamo finding a miss here. There's one more here, I believe.
Yary and Yip to trade. Rayuii and Zylice afterwards on the slider jumps. It's only xootynator holding for Canada, and she goes down as well. It's only Criller left in the lobby now. Criller with the 99.45 FC right now. Over halfway into the map. Way more than enough time to bring this back to the side of Germany. Canada's fate rests in his hands right now. If he continues to combo, this is just the easy break point for Germany, but it's all on Kriller's shoulders right now. Can he continue to hold more of these wide angle and anti-aim jump patterns coming through? It's only 40k now, 30k in favor of Canada as we keep seeing a couple of misses come through on their side. Criller continuing to hold and pop off, and this is the scaling that we talk about when we talk about Germany in finals weekend. This is the team that has been top 4 for 5+ years in a row in the OS World Cup, and they continue to find talent like Criller year after year to take up the mantle of carry player. He finally goes down, but not before securing his team an over 100,000 score lead.
There's nothing else on the other side as well, right? No supporting combos here anywhere, so the damage is done. Criller kind of just took everyone in his backpack for a ride there. And we're nearing the end here. Man, look at Zooty's accuracy, by the way. I think that's just a 2-miss SS or what?
Yeah, that is really sad for the Canadian star aim player here in xootynator. Not able to find the combo as Criller was, despite the insane accuracy from xootynator on this map. And I mean, 1 or 2 misses is all it takes here. 90k, not even in the favor of Germany, but a point's a point, and that's 2-0 at the start of the match for Germany here. I mean, so, Azer, we talked about Germany scaling.
Yeah, this is a great example as well of what I was talking about earlier, how the pool is hard now. You are going to have these one-man carry performances, right? If you have a star player on your team, they can just absolutely just carry this, right? Like, everybody else in the lobby has the same score. Everybody else is 400, 500k, but just having that little bit of difference is going to make the entire difference, right? So you can expect pretty much every match, if your team has a star player, they'll need to do that.
Yeah, and just one more thing to add, that is 100 250s for xootynator on that map, by the way. That's pretty sad.
Even Criller's surprised that he got a run like that.
Yeah, unfortunate loss there for Canada on their first pick. I mean, 90k is extremely close in 4v4. Like you said, it really just came down to Criller. And he was the X factor for Germany on that map, able to carry them to an early break point here. And now Germany up 2-0 in the best of 13, looking good at the start. But tons of maps left, tons of map pool left overall, so there is still quite a lot of room for comebacks to happen for Canada, but Germany's certainly looking strong here at the start, and you know, as the pool is now as hard as, or maybe harder than Grand Finals last year, scaling teams like Germany becomes that much more threatening in later rounds, especially when there are picks like Puppet in the Dark DT1 in the pool. This is the next pick for Germany. Now, Double Time doesn't quite show up on the laser client right now, so this map is 8.0 stars on new star rating, and of course AR 10.3, 4 minutes long after DT. So you're playing a 4-minute 8-star DT map with this one.
Yeah. I mean, the 8-star part is not that surprising. There's actually a lot of maps in this pool that are 8-star because, I don't know, the star rating is just like that. Like, Nomad 2, I think Nomad 5 is all 8-star. I guess Freedom Dive with Hard Rock is also 8-star. Yeah. Yeah, this is a little bit of a step up in difficulty here. And I don't know, I think this is actually quite a good pick for Germany here. I don't think Canada is super strong on this kind of pick. In comparison to these players that we've been seeing, right? We're going to be seeing Okinamo and Tim Keckner again, probably. And I would definitely favor it towards them, right? Maybe we see criller come in as well, but I don't know. Maybe the AR is a little too uncomfortable for him.
I think, if anything, it's going to be the burst and stream section for Criller that kind of keeps him on this map. I mean, he played the DT1 last weekend and almost top scored for them. It was just Whitecat who was able to outscore on that map, so I think, if anything, you know, comfortable on the approach rate, but maybe not with the burst and stream section in this map, as there is a pretty speed-intensive section about 2/3 or so of the way through the song here. We do see xootynator coming in for Canada, though, so kind of leaning on both the aim prowess and the ability to get through the speed section for xootynator. Certainly not a bad speed player, and when it comes to those high BPM bursts, can play them pretty well. I mean, has the full combo on Tsukinami DT, right? So this is not a player who's unfamiliar with high approach rate, DT, aim, and bursts. So for Canada, I think this roster is pretty good. And again, we saw a very, very close first two picks, right? It was a very, very close DT3 into a sub 90k hidden one. So I'm expecting this one to be close as well between these two teams.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I was looking at Zooty practice this, and this map only has like 1 or 2 streams that are that long, and she had no problem with that. So definitely able to play this. I would still give an advantage for Germany for this, but yeah, this Canadian roster here can definitely, you know, leave a mark on this map for sure. Yeah, we're in for a little bit of a ride here. 4 minutes long.
Not a lot of notable patterns here near the start, as the map just slowly builds in intensity in the intro. Relatively long introduction section as well, so if we see early breaks, those start to matter more and more, with about 300 free combo on everyone here. Ever so slight accuracy advantage for Germany in the introduction, but only a 30k lead, not even, as we get into some of the first real patterns in this map. This is where you can maybe start to see a couple of early misses from some of these players traded out. And nobody trading so far. Everybody just holding. Good accuracy as well for Germany, still intact. There goes Zylice on a slider break, though, for Canada. And now, about a 500 combo lead for Germany off the back of that extra full combo on their side. xootynator, Kurtis, and rayuii still holding on to the FCs for Canada, but the 4-way going strong for Germany at the moment. Bit of an accuracy drop for Yary on the side of Germany, but nothing to write home about. The combo is what matters here, and Germany still holding strong in these slower sections right now.
Yeah, there's so much combo, you know, like total combo, like max combo in a map like this. Kurtis fighting another miss there as well for the side of Canada, but this to me kind of plays like a little bit like a tiebreaker, you know, like it's so dense. I think the max combo of this is like 2600 or something like that. Like it's huge.
2 breaks so far for Canada. Another big jump section coming through here. Germany all hitting this right now. Halfway through, no misses for the German squad on this section so far. Still going through a very, very difficult jump and burst section. The long stream hits and xootynator misses on it. It's just rayuii to hold for Canada against this 4-way FC. still going strong from Germany. 99.6 accuracy from Okinamo. Drops the 50 there, but won't matter at all. 4-way FC still going strong, and this is just complete domination from the German roster in this map.
No, you can't do this in finals, guys. Someone missed, please. You're not supposed to do this.
Another Ki time coming up. Do we see any misses from this German squad through this map? I mean, surely they have to miss at some point. Everyone on Canada has now missed with that drop from rayuii. Ryuke dropping now. Kurtis finding a second set of drops here for the side of Canada, and Germany just still beast moding it. Tim Kackner will finally drop one miss for Germany. White Cat as well will join them there. But it's Yary and Okinamo still holding a 2-way FC for Germany, and an 800,000 score lead already, 3/4 of the way into this map for Germany. This is far and away over.
This is 8-star DT, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
This is 8-star DT aim and burst consistency. Like, this is not easy, and Yary and Okinamo are just having an easy time on this. Okinamo 99.5 accuracy on this full combo. Like, what am I watching right now? Yary will finally find the drop, but Okinamo, one of the longest standing OS World Cup players for Team Germany, and with the exit of Zylice, I think the longest standing World Cup player still on the team for them, showing he's still got it here. Finally finds the drop right at the end of the map, but that is 1.1 mil secured for Okinamo. May as well be the FC, 99 accuracy on the play, and I mean, what do you do against this kind of a team score? 4-way 800k plus for Germany, one member above 1.1 mil.
I think that was also one miss for Tim Kackner and White Cat.
I think so, yeah. That was just silly.
Okay, maybe. Wow. That's scary.
Yeah. Germany's scaling.
I want to play against this team. What on earth is that, man? I mean, it's Germany on DT finals. Like, I guess it's somewhat expected, but year after year, it's still just as surprising, man. What is this team cooking? Like,
I mean, there's a reason in previous years, right?
This score goes to Zylice. Oh man.
Oh my god. There's a reason why in previous years, when Germany was a consistent top 2 contender, that the United States just started to put more and more speed players on the roster, right? Is so that they could shut out this type of performance from Germany happening in finals and grand finals when it mattered the most. I mean, this is the roster we've come to know and expect from Germany, and the kind of caliber of plays on speed maps that has made them a consistent top 4 placing team year after year in the OS World Cup.
That's true, yeah. They kind of make other teams mold their rosters around trying to beat Germany. Well, despite Canada's performance on that, I don't think it would have really mattered when Germany pulls out a score like that.
And no.
So you can probably expect them to stick with DTs after that one.
Maybe not the DT4, but definitely the DT2 and 3
yeah.
and 5. Yeah. We're kind of expecting those at this point.
You have to start establishing a little bit of a baseline here on which of these teams is going to be winning on the speed, because all of the speed is open, right? None of it was banned. No mod 2 is really long. No mod 5 has a lot of bursts. Obviously, there's Freedom Dive, and DT2 still open. Switched on Lotus. All right. Go for a little bit of a curveball here.
I was wondering if we were going to see this kind of pick from Canada, though. The aim control and gimmick roster from this team is extremely strong. I mean, obviously you have CutPaper, who put up the #1 match cost and best scores control is sort of legendary in the tournament community. This guy is one of the best players in that skill set, full stop. So no surprises really to see either of them in. Okinamo, I think, makes a lot of sense also, just as an all-rounder who's been around for a long time. The big surprise for me is not seeing CutPaper in on this for the side of Canada. Looking at xootynator, rayuii, Yip, and Vespirit for this second pick for Canada. Down 3-0, looking to put themselves on the board with this one. An early miss from xootynator and Vespirit on the side of Canada. Rayuii missing right at the start of the map as well, so it's just Yip on the full combo for Canada. Whitecat missing right at the start alongside Rayuii, so it's just Okinamo, Criller, and Shiox on that three-way full combo for Germany. But again, early days, and Okinamo and Shiox will find the miss there right before we get to about the 1/4 mark.
Yeah, I feel like this... you need a little bit of a transition period to get used to this type of aiming style.
All these streams are really, really difficult. So missing here for Rayuii and Yip. Kind of expected. Black Dog as well. Whitecat finding the drop for Germany. Shiox missing not too long before that. It's no FCs left for Canada, but xootynator and Vespirit are on really, really good combo against just the FC for Criller on the side of Germany. Okinamo dropping as well. There goes Vespirit. So that extra bit of combo that Canada had is now gone. It's xootynator and Criller to hold the big combo for either team. Ki time now with Okinamo finding the drop. Every one of these patterns is just so difficult. The type of control needed here is so difficult, and there goes Criller. It's just xootynator now holding big combo, and she's going to see that at the break. If she can hold, this can be that type of solo carry pop-up, but there goes xootynator! It's now Yip holding for Canada, Shiox holding the same combo for Germany. Back and forth trades on this map all the way through, as neither team willing to give an inch, but neither team able to secure a real advantage in this one. It's only 10k, and actually going towards Canada bit by bit here with a little bit of extra supporting combo on Vespirit for their side, and there's not the score swap as Rayuii actually drops the combo. Kriller's going to miss as well here. It's traded misses after another for both of these teams, as we still have about the same combo. Yip and Shiox drop as well. It's xootynator Vespirit versus just Whitecat now with the drop from Okinamo. That's going to give the score over to Canada. Can they continue to hold here into the end? Some of the hardest patterns in this map come up through the end, particularly some of the back and forth linear streams at the end of this map can see chain misses across the board, and when the scoreline is this close, 20k, those can make or break a run for your team. Vespirit and xootynator need to hold for Canada. Whitecat needs to hold for Germany if they want to take this one, as we get into now finally the linear stream pattern. Zooty and Vespirit both break on it. Whitecat continues to hold. He hits the pattern, but Rayuii hits it for Canada, and that might just be enough to secure the point.
Jesus, that was a bloodbath. Kind of expected this to see from a map like this, though. Also, Dio, drink some water, my man.
I'm good. I got the coffee. We're all good.
That was a little bit of a wild ride there, but Canada finally get on the board here. A pretty solid performance, honestly, from everyone. No real standout on either team here. I mean, Whitecat taking the MVP, but it wasn't enough. It went back and forth so often. Man, that one reverse slider at the very beginning, or around the middle of the map, excuse me, claiming some victims there. I think 4 people missed on the same one. But in the end, it is going to be Canada taking their point. Sorely needed one after losing their first pick.
Rock 3, actually. Okay.
Oh, All right. Okay.
So this is a very different sort of map. Azer, do you want to tell us about this pick? Because this one is special.
Yeah, this is you would classify this as hard rock tech. This is one of the originals that we have this week, by the way. You'd classify this as hard rock tech, but it has so much micro aim control in the patterning. This is a big collab between Jazag, Mint Ice Cream, and K-Kip. And yeah, even though it's on the surface, it kind of just looks like it's hard rock tech. I think in reality, it's kind of disguised as an aim control pick. So we'll definitely be seeing, you know, that type of player come in. You can expect Zooty to come in, probably Zylice as well on the side of Canada. And on the side of Germany here, we do see ZeitFrost come in for the first map, I think.
I think this is the first map for ZeitFrost on the side of Germany. And yeah, this is really one of those maps where the aim control on higher BPM streams starts to get really, really tricky for a lot of players, right? You don't have sort of the fallback on being able to tap it no matter what that you kind of have with switched on Lotus, right? The streams in this are a lot longer, they're higher BPM, and you're on hard rock as well, so there's a lot of different things that come into play for this map that make this really, really tricky, even in comparison to something like switched on Lotus, which I think is a really similar map to this pick, actually. In Germany, I think saying with this one, like, yeah, switched on Lotus is really close. That was 35k, and we have a really, really good hard rock roster. Whitecat, Criller, Okinamo, and ZeitFrost in for Germany right now, looking to go up 4-1 against xootynator, Rayuii, also known as Ryuke, Yip, and Zylice for Canada.
I will say this is probably the hardest map in the pool.
It might be.
With a fair degree of confidence, I think this is probably the hardest map in the pool. Which is very innocent, because this song doesn't really sound like it should be. Yeah, I think this is 7.85 with hard rock. So
7.6 on the sheet. I don't know if that's updated, but yeah, still very, very difficult. And that star rating kind of lies, right? This is in a pool with 8-star maps, and it's probably the hardest map in the pool, because this type of aim control at 7.6 stars with that sort of spacing is absurdly difficult. Early misses on the side of Germany for Okinamo, Whitecat, and Criller. Early miss on the side of Canada for Zylice. So now 2 full combos to 1 in the favor of Canada, still with that miss for Rayuii. Yip dropping as well, though, now supporting combo in favor of Germany, and 1-1 on the full combos. ZeitFrost and xootynator still holding for both teams.
And this is one of those like specialist-only picks as well, right? This is such a weird, specific skill set that these teams will look out to pick up a player that specifically is good at this.
I think, unfortunately for Germany, luckily for Canada, ZeitFrost dropping that full combo there. Zooty the only FC left in the lobby, but look at the types of combos on the rest of the roster for Germany. Whitecat, Okinamo, Criller, all at about 500 combo. Whitecat drops is traded by xootynator, and that is now huge combo lead for Germany on Criller and Okinamo with a 300k score lead as well. I mean, specialists be damned, the core roster for Germany is all 450k plus right now, and that's matching the best score on the side of Canada. So this core roster for Germany, I mean, specialists, yes, can be really good at this type of stuff, but if your core is this strong, how much room does that afford you to build the rest of the roster, man? Like, 3 players can only be so good, no? But look at what they're doing on this type of map as well. Speed, DT aim, hard rock tech streams, they've got what it takes to clear everyone on it seems like any different type of map. 600k plus for Okinamo on that is one hell of a score, and I mean 560k for both Whitecat and Criller as well. Those are some ridiculous scores for Germany. Good scores from Canada as well, double 500k on xootynator and Rayuii, but yeah, not able to compete as a full team with the strength of that core roster from Germany, just massive.
It seems like the Germany that we all know has logged in today. This is a different team than what we've been seeing in the previous rounds, that's for sure. Very, very scary to go up against. And yeah, I mean, maybe a well-researched pick here. I think not a skill set that you'd really attribute to, you know, to the German roster to be that good on, but obviously they clearly are. That was something else. I don't think we'll see many teams be able to match that. These scores, maybe, like, you know, in hindsight, just looking at the score itself, might be a little bit low, like 500, 600k, but those are, this is probably the hardest map in the pool. Those are extremely good scores. And I think Canada's going to struggle a little bit to find an answer now being 3 points down here. It is on their pick, but all of their picks so far have looked pretty shaky. Not as in they're being bad picks, but Germany's been able to match all of them so perfectly, right? Even their map was only a slight, switched on Lotus was barely a victory by like 40k or something like that. So
yeah, 35k. We saw switched on Lotus, and then we saw Quartz Shaper. So do we get Weapon? No, we get Nomad 5 instead. DL++ Delatete by Mirage and Zylice. This is
I have no clue which direction this is going. I'm just happy to see it played. This is a song. This is a breakcore song from 1998. It's so weird. I don't know how Zylice found this.
Yeah, talk about this map a little bit, because this is a really kind of unique map for the World Cups, I feel like, and there's not a lot of picks like this to even compare to from previous weeks.
Okay, so we're not quite sure where this landed. Initially, we're like, hey, these drum bursts sound kind of good, so we wanted to put in a bunch of 1/8ths in this, but it turns out that's like 340 BPM, so we didn't do that. So instead, all of the 1/8 stuff is all 1/6. So as a player, this is gonna play a little bit like one of those typical Nomad 6s with those bursts, those 1/6 rhythm control parts and stuff like that. This map has a lot of that, but there's still a lot of like flow aim in this that represents a lot of difficulty. It's very comfortable still, but this kind of plays like an alt map with 1/6 more than it does like a rhythm pick, if that makes sense. Very strong speed element to this as well. It's very straining, doesn't really ever stop. And as far as like who's coming in to play this, I have no idea, because we haven't really seen a map like this before, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. Worth noting, this is 8 stars because of the bursts, star rating and speed and all that, but it's definitely one of the easier maps in the pool somehow. I don't know how it ended up that way, but yeah, you can expect to see maybe a full combo or two on this one if some players are really comfortable on it. And most notably, I think if those German players, criller, Okinamo, White Cat, if they keep playing well on this, I think all of them are super capable of getting a really good score on this. So Canada here, I mean, a little bit of an uphill climb to do, but they do have a pretty strong roster to be able to compete on this. So we'll see if they're able to.
All right, we get into it. Xootynator, Rayuii, Vespirit, Zylice for Canada. White Cat, Criller, Yary, and Okinamo. Canada looking to not give up another breakpoint in this match. You go down 5-1, and it is suddenly a very, very scary prospect to try and win the match from there. A couple of early breaks for both teams traded out here. White Cat, Yary, Okinamo for Germany. Xootynator alone, actually, for Canada on the break there, as Criller now finding a drop as well. So that's only 0 full combos now for Germany at the start of the map, with Rayuii, Zylice, and Vespirit all holding strong. Xootynator finding another drop, and Zylice going to trade alongside her, but multiple breaks coming through for Okinamo. Going to keep it on the side of Canada for now. Criller dropping again as well. It's big combo on Rayuii, Vespirit, and only Yary now, as White Cat also finding the drop. Rayui's going to trade it here. It's Yary and Vespirit with big combos. Zooty alongside, but no, there goes Vespirit. Yary the drop as well. This is looking really similar to DT4 earlier on with Switched on Lotus, as both teams just trading misses back and forth over and over again. But there's an ever so slight combo lead for Germany now, with a little bit better recovery. More misses coming through for Vespirit and Zooty than for some of the other players on the side of Germany. And there goes Criller. So trade once again here, as we're barely halfway through the map now, and nearly zero combo on anyone.
When this is gonna happen, you have to start looking at accuracies, because they start being weighted in way more. When nobody has a combo at all, you really have to start looking at accuracies, right? We've seen them go up and down a little bit. I think Vespirit was at 98 earlier, and that happened to drop all the way to 94 here. It seems like most of them are kind of equalized across the board, but Germany being able to take a little bit of a lead, I think, because Ryuke and Zooty are a little bit lower than the rest.
And even then, look at the combos for White Cat and Yary as well now, holding on to 600 plus combo. It's only Rayuii with that kind of combo for Canada. And as you said, the accuracy really downgrading that score a little bit compared to where it could be, about 40k down from White Cat on the 96, for example. So this is starting to look a little shaky for Canada here. 130,000 score lead for Germany, as Criller Okinamo holding on to 400 plus combo as well.
The ending is very
I think better overall accuracy too.
Yeah, the ending, if you've played the whole map, this should be pretty straightforward.
But
wow,
multiple
really?
misses across the board, actually. 2 misses for each team. It's going to favor Canada a little bit, but White Cat still holding strong at near 1K combo with 96.5 accuracy. He finally drops the combo, but there's just not enough time. 200k score lead for Germany, and only combo on Vespirit for Canada. Zylice with a little bit of supporting combo, but it's not enough at all to bring anything back. 200k score lead at the end of it for Germany, and that is 5-1 in this matchup now for the Germans, who have come alive and then some in the finals week.
They've woken up. Yeah, I mean, I think this is kind of what you could expect from, this finals matchup. Historically, this is kind of how it goes. A little bit of an uphill battle for Canada here, as I said earlier. I think Germany's able to match them so well on so many of their strong picks. And it is now Germany's pick to potentially go on match point as well.
Yeah, this is it's definitely looking rough for Canada at this point. If Germany can win this pick, they go up match point. Canada has to
there it is.
off. Oh, there it is. Yep,
Oh, okay.
Freedom dive for Germany.
I can't believe this is in the pool, man.
This is finals. This isn't even grand finals. We have Freedom Dive Fremod in the pool. I don't know, not much to say about this one. If you've watched Osu for more than 5 minutes, you probably know about Freedom Dive. So yeah, this is, Germany has been the team winning on speed, winning on stamina, winning on just about everything throughout the match, but primarily that speed is what got them started with that early point lead. And going back to it here, it seems, with the free mod for... It's not quite speed at this level for a lot of players, but 222 BPM is enough to gate out a lot of people who you would usually see in for, for example, your Nomad 2 low aim stamina stream picks at this level, right? This is a higher BPM than you would usually see, and it is enough to kind of force in some of the players who you would usually categorize more so as speed players than just stream players.
What a crazy statement to hear in 2023, that Freedom Dive is not speed.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little too old to comment on that, because I disagree.
I can't play 200 BPM, man. Like I'm talking from the perspective of these players who are in for the 8-star map pool. Like,
it's so crazy.
All right.
I respect the mods. Okay, what's cooking?
Oh, this is the hard rock overmod for Canada. Look at the players in right now. Rayuii, Stoof, Vespirit, Zylice. I mean, you can see hidden on either Zylice or Vespirit maybe, but I think hidden hard rock for probably Zylice, and then hard rock only for Rayuii and Stoof. Like, I gotta think it's that sort of mod combination for them.
There's no way we pulled Freedom Dive in finals and a team is going 3 hard rock on it, right?
I kind of expect 3 hard rock because AR9 222 BPM death streams is something that 99% of players don't play nowadays. Honestly, I kind of expect it. There's one. Okay, double no-mod for Germany, though. aimbotcone and ZeitFrost going with the no-mod. Okinamo on hidden makes sense. Tim Kackner on hard rock makes sense.
Oh my god, there's 3 hard rocks.
Triple hard rock.
There's 3 hard rocks.
It's a reading map, Azer. It's a reading map. It's AR9 density. Oh.
Alright, I'm awake.
Here we are in the finals weekend. Freedom Dive in free mod. Triple hard rock for Canada. Early miss on the hidden for Okinamo, but only 1 hard rock for Germany. And it seems like the triple hard rock is working out right now, as we have already 3 players missing for Germany, and Canada holding the 4-way full combo here in the intro. A bit of an adjustment period, I think, for the players on Germany.
This is a reading map. This is not a reading map.
It's a reading map. It's a density reading map. Okay, there goes Zylice and Vespirit, the hidden player finally missing for Canada. And 2 full combos left for the Canadian team. 1 on Tim Kackner, the hard rock player for Germany on this map. aimbotcone and ZeitFrost, though, on pretty good recovery combos now for Germany as well. As we get into some of the harder stream sections here to come through, Vespirit to find yet another miss for Canada. And with these continued miss trades, again, accuracy starting to look very important. 99.85 for Rayuii. and 99.5 for aimbotcone, but on the no mod, that modded play giving a little bit of extra score, and I think keeping it on the side of Canada with these repeated misses coming through for Vespirit.
I can understand all the hidden here, because AR9 with this density is quite tough, but no mod on this doesn't seem that bad. At least when you look at aimbotcone play it. Oh, okay.
I mean,
all right, that was
asking you shall receive.
Come on.
There's the combo break for aimbotcone. Tim Kackner on the Hard Rock, still the only remaining full combo for Germany right now. Zylice to drop once again for Canada, but it's still the two-way FC for Rayuii and Stoof. This is very scary, though, for Canada here. ZeitFrost and okinamo on very big combos beside Tim Kackner right now. And so despite these misses for aimbotcone, there's not much breathing room here, and there goes Stoof for Canada. Rayuii now the only hope for this Canadian roster on Freedom Dive, as Tim Kackner is matching that FC, and you have big supporting combo on ZeitFrost. okinamo will trade out the miss from Stoof. But this is still really, really scary territory for both teams here. Germany really wanting this pick to go their way to get to that match point, and Canada needing a break point to claw their way back into this match. Rayuii doing everything he can at this point. 98 AK held for both of the Hard Rock full combos, and a 16,000 score difference at the halfway mark before we get into the ending of this map, famous for ridiculous death streams.
All right, let's strap in.
All right, here we go. Big combo on multiple members for Canada and Germany right now. ZeitFrost on 1100. Full combos still for Rayuii and Tim Kackner. All eyes on the top of the screen as they continue to move forward with the biggest scores in the lobby. Vespirit to drop the chain miss on hidden for Canada, though, and instantly the score swaps over to Germany. Do we see an answered trade, or is this score lead just going to continue to grow in their favor? Zylice and Stoof holding on to some recovery, but there goes Stoof as well. okinamo will drop the combo, but it's not enough to bring it back to Canada, as Vespirit continues to struggle here in the death stream section at the end of the map. Still the full combos intact at the top of the screen, but ZeitFrost just absolutely demolishing this on Nomad as well. Over 1600 combo at the end of this map. This is two-way Hard Rock FC intact. Into the ending of Freedom Dive in the OS World Cup. I don't know what I'm watching, but I'm here for it. Zylice on a very good recovered combo as well for Canada, but this is all Germany right now. 140,000 score lead with the Hard Rock FC still intact for Tim Kackner. ZeitFrost on 1800 combo. There goes Zylice. There goes Tim Kackner on the full combo. Rayuii to hold, but I don't think it's enough. ZeitFrost is just destroying this map on Nomad as well. 99.3 accuracy. There goes Rayuii. There goes everyone at the ending. And yeah, if you thought we might see some full combos, you forgot what the end of this map looks like.
6 misses on that pattern there from everybody.
Zylice somehow hitting the ending on Hard Rock, by the way. He hit the entire ending on Hard Rock there. That is some absurd ending combo, but 2.3 million team score for Germany is enough. I think that recovered no-mod combo from ZeitFrost really pulling through for them there at the end of that map. That 700k no-mod is integral to their win on the map, as the rest of the scores look really similar.
It made the whole difference. Okay, 2 800ks on Freedom Dive Hard Rock. Can we just let that sink in a little bit?
It's a reading map.
Because what did we just witness? Like, excuse me? Is this just a thing that happens now? Like, are these players so good that we can witness 2 almost full combos on Freedom Dive Hard Rock of all things, and it's not even in Grand Finals?
I love this World Cup for a few reasons, but one of them is the difficulty of the map pools. Community tournaments have seen map pools upwards of 8.5 stars in Grand Finals, upwards of 9 stars in Grand Finals in some cases, in 1v1s between some of the best players in the world. And this OWC starting to keep pace with that level of difficulty makes for some really, really awesome maps like what we just saw. I mean, without this level of difficulty, you just don't get to see 3-way Hard Rock on Freedom Dive, 2-way 800k on Freedom Dive Hard Rock. It's just next level from these players.
All right, the hill is even steeper now for Canada as they look for maybe their last pick here. Still a lot to go for, but then again, I think there's always this, Germany's so well-rounded. As much as we call them a speed team, they're very, very well-rounded, and it's very hard to actually pick against them. Even if there's all of these maps left open, they're gonna go for hidden 2 in the end. But it doesn't really feel like, you know, you ever have an advantage on any of these for the most part when you're up against Germany. So we'll see if this pick ends up working out for them. It is do or die now for Canada. They lose one more map and they're gonna be out of the tournament outside of the top 4.
Yeah, this is tough shakes for Canada here from winners bracket semifinals into a matchup against Germany in the finals here in losers bracket. Germany looking to overperform their seeding. Canada looking to show that they have more in the tank than top 6 for another year in a row here. This is, I think, the pocket pick for Canada. They've been saving this for precisely this scenario, down match point, needing some momentum back on their side. Low AR hidden, a little bit of overlap reading, but it's not the kind of perfect stack overlap reading that we've seen in previous weeks. There's a lot of sort of back and forth patterns that overlap on top of themselves, but don't necessarily utilize just perfect stack hidden reading in the way that I think a lot of players think about it, with consecutive notes right on top of each other. So I think this is a lot more accessible to players who are generally good at low AR reading, but don't main the skill set and have what it takes to do some of those like perfect stack patterns that you often see in later round reading picks. And there's CutPaper for the first time this match in for the low AR reading pick. I was wondering when we would see him. Faker from 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so in case I didn't want to say this on stream to influence or anything, but CutPaper's sick right now. So I don't know how that's going to affect his play. I guess this is a little bit of a like relaxing map. But yeah, that is a thing currently. So if people have been wondering why he hasn't been playing, I believe that will be why. So maybe here to save us. We'll
you
just
have to hope
see.
If you're rooting for Canada, right?
Yep.
You have to hope if you're rooting for Canada that CutPaper can once again be the X factor for this roster. It's Zylice, Rayuii, his kitten. Oh god, I read off the names. xootynator and CutPaper in for Canada. OWC name changes this year. Shiox, Yary, Criller, and White Cat in for Germany.
We'll see if Germany can keep it up, though. They've had very, very good performances on every single map so far. Not really losing anything by a significant margin, and pretty much everything they've won have been very, very convincing. So this is not a map that we've really seen so far in this pool. So we'll see if they can adapt to this.
Early break for xootynator here on one of the stream patterns. Rayuii to follow suit as well. So Canada down 2 FCs. Germany down 1 with actually 2 with a couple of early misses for Yary and White Cat near the start of the map, but combo on their side for now. We talk about the strength of Germany's core roster. On something like the low AR hidden like this, I definitely look at Criller to be very, very strong on this sort of map, but the specialist as well in Shiox coming in for this. This is really part of the reason why Shiox was drafted onto the German team. Rayuii and xootynator going down once again for Canada. Zylice and CutPaper against the world there. Shiox actually dropping as well for Germany now. And suddenly, it doesn't look all that heavy for Atlas to hold the world up on their shoulders. Yary dropping as well now, and Criller, the only full combo against both CutPaper and Zylice, holding nearly halfway through for Canada. Oh, and there goes Criller as well for Germany. It's no combos left for the Germans, and Canada holding on both CutPaper and Zylice right now. Not quite the FC for Zylice, but may as well be about 30 combo back from an FC, as CutPaper coming in for one map and performing when it's needed most. Score lead on the side of Canada, combo on the side of Canada. He finally drops, but there's still combo on Rayuii to match White Cat. There's still a near FC on Zylice as well, and this score lead is suddenly not looking all that secured for Canada as the drop comes through there for Zylice and xootynator and Rayuii. Yary dropping as well. White Cat dropping for Germany. It's Shiox and Criller to hold on to a little bit of combo here for Germany. Repeated drops for the rest of the members of Canada might be enough to bring it back over, and there's a third of the map left. Anything can still happen. There's a lot of time to build up more combo, but these repeated drops for Canada cannot keep happening if they want to stay alive in this US World Cup.
Oh man, it's close.
Can Shiox and Criller hold? Can they secure top 4 for Germany here? Can they knock Canada out? Or can we see some combos built up from Canada to combat what is, at this point, an 800 combo lead for Germany? more breaks come through for xootynator, CutPaper, and rayuii. This might just be it. Zylice on 200 combo is all they have on the side of Canada. Shiox nearing 500 again, even with the break from Criller, and this is about 100,000 score lead now. More misses to come through for White Cat and Yary on the side of Germany, but if Shiox holds, it's over, and there goes Zylice and Shiox at the same time. There's just not any combo alive on Canada whatsoever, and this map, this match is over. Germany knocking Canada out in finals weekend once again. You can take a break from it in 2022. You can run, but you can't hide from Germany in finals weekend. Once more, top 4 for a squad who have not missed top 4.
How many years
now? Yeah, that'll be since 2017 was the last time they were not top 4. Every year since 2018, they have been top 4 in this tournament.
That is crazy, honestly. I mean, it is Germany. It is one of the powerhouses, right? Can't be too upset about that one. And Shiox really coming in at the end, you know, for specifically, you know,